Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Brooks of Bando, and we've had our wonderful not 40k stream, and it was, about as charismatic as 3-week-old pudding. So let's just go over some of it. The plus side, the knights, I really liked the look of the new knights. The new Bretonian model looked fantastic. That's it. Oh, the Plague Skaven, Plague Bearers, what they were for Warcry, they looked pretty cool. Everything else was a bit disappointing. The Cities of Sigmar models, can't stand them. I think they look awful. No unified aesthetics in them. They look like something out of like a bad Terry Gilliam film. If they were their own thing, if this was something completely different, I'd like it. But because that's what replaced Empire and the association with the Warhammer Fantasy Empire, I don't like it. So yeah, I don't like the Age of Sigmar aesthetic. But the one I really want to talk about here is this new version of Epic that is one of the worst kept secrets in Games Workshop history. So we've got Warhammer Preview, Battle on an Epic Scale in Warhammer the Horus Heresy Legions Imperialis. Well, there we go, got rid of Epic. But that's our lovely copyrightable name right there. But we gotta have the throwback. So what have we got? Well, a nice big epic scale, epic battles in Age of Darkness. New box set, nice piece of artwork on it. Okay. First things first, Games Workshop has yet another game out to support. Yes, they've lost technically 2 games to support this. But Games Workshop's gonna need more stuff. A lot more studio staff, honestly. Because as is, there's just too many of them. Games Workshop will want everyone to play everything they create. That's all. That is perfect sense corporate decision to make. But I can't budget to play 40k, Age of Sigmar, Legions Imperialis, Warcry, all of that, Age of Heresy, all the other things. I simply don't have the money, and a lot of people simply wouldn't have the money to just keep playing all these games like Games Workshop wants. So let's have a quick look at the models. This is the contents of the box, I suppose. 223 miniatures. Is it 223? Are they counting every single one here as a miniature? Yes, they are. That's a little disingenuous. This is not a miniature single models, that's a squad of miniatures. All 5 of those are a single item in this game. So, that's 1 miniature. That's 1 miniature. That is 5 miniatures, but 1 unit. So saying 223 miniatures is just pumping the numbers up. What have we got here? 6, 7, 8, 9. So 18. Yeah. I don't know. Saying you've got 36 miniatures in your, infantry miniatures is not quite the same. So, what have we got? We've got 2 Titans with new weapons. Those are cool. Like that. Tiny Leman Russes. Always like the tiny epic Leman Russes. Malcadors, they're cool. With Vanquisher cannons as well, which is interesting. Sicarans, a new style plasma Sicaran that I'm not sure if I like the way they've changed it. Then again, with how they were in this preview, it's a good possibility they simply put it together wrong. And then 3 Predators and some Dreadnoughts. For a start, my big issue here is just how badly are these painted? I mean, these guys are okay, but then you look at some of these, and it's just sloppy. And I know what you're going to say, this is like 6mm, they're tiny. But this is the studio. The lines on the pads aren't even straight. This looks like it was painted at speed. You know, the Assault Marines really show it off. They look just so badly done. And again, I know it's epic scaled, how small it is. But this is your introduction to the game. This is your limelight moment. Okay? You want people to look at these and go, those are fantastic. Because the way I'm looking at those are less detailed than most of the 3D printing options for Epic. Great when you look at them like this. And if that's what you want, don't show them this close up. Also, everyone has been very vocal on how ironic it is that we get plastic Assault Marines in Epic before we get them in Heresy. Plasma Squad, cool. Support Squad's cool. Terminator Squad's cool. I mean, the contents here I'm fine with. Also, quite possibly this might be a sort of inclination on what we're getting in the Command Squad at the end of the year, or next year. Which I'm fine with, more or less. It's funny how he's like in a slightly better pose than the Age of Darkness version. Even got a teeny tiny tactical rock. So yeah, I mean, they're okay. You can see that some of these have got a bit more effort than others. They've obviously had different people painting them. You can also tell this by looking at here, how all the bases are different colours. You know, there's no sort of real uniformity on it. It all does look just a bit... I don't know. I'm just not impressed with this release. You can see here that these are at a different angle, but they do kind of look like they maybe are mounted sideways by accident. I'll have to wait until we finally get a 32mm scale one. But it's good to see Sekarans in this scale, it's great, and Predators with multiple turret variants. And a headless guy in the turret? Have they forgotten his head? That would be hilarious. And completely on character for them. I'm assuming we just get two different poses on the Dreadnought legs, and they're not posable because that would be insane, which I'd be 100% okay with. Funny fact, not a lot of people know this, when Epic, I think it was Epic Armageddon was out, they did release, as a promotional item, an Epic scaled Space Marine that was multi-part. So every part that was made in the plastic Tactical Squad kit was made at that scale, so you could put him together in, you know, as a thing. Obviously super unfeasible when you need, you know, 5 per base and you'll be running around with 106 of them. But still pretty funny. Solar Auxiliary in plastic, hooray! A bit, again, ironic that we get plastic Solar Auxiliary like this rather than we getting them for real scale. But good to see that they're here. Good to see that the aesthetic on them hasn't changed. And maybe a hint at that mystery army that we're getting later in the year. So these heavy Sentinels seem to be the most buzz about them, because they're not a thing in Age of Darkness. They don't have 28mm model representations. However, they do look like they would be quite an interesting upgrade kit, possibly an extra plastic sprue or a resin upgrade kit to the existing Sentinel kit. How many times can I say kit in this video? Kit. I like them. I like the look of them. The missile pods, I'm assuming multi-laser in the middle of them, they look pretty cool. Teeny tiny Lehman Russes with extra sort of detailing to make them more Solar Auxilia-ish. Again, would not be surprised if we didn't get a new Russ with a plastic kit, like upgrade kit, coming, you know, in the future when we do get plastic Solar Auxilia. And I'm all for that, because the Russ is basically the same kit that's always existed, with only sort of minor recuts and tweaks. The Malcolor. Yeah, it's a solid tank. I've got really nothing to say about it. I mean, you can see there's a lot of detail here, all these rivets, so it's quite obvious that this was designed at a much larger scale. And that's the glory of CAD working. You can build a tank for 28mm and then just shrink it down, strip out any details that are too small to see, and then, you know, you've got it for a much smaller scale. It's not as simple as that. There is obviously some more work involved. But yeah, it's not far off that. New weapons: Volkites, missile launchers, and melters. And, you know, claws. What are they? Ursus claws, graviton claws. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. A bit weird to see these weapons that have never been represented, as far as I know, on Warhounds, but cool. And again, wouldn't be surprised given the rumours that we might be seeing a plastic Warhound by the end of this year, if not next. Cool cover. I like the cover as well. It fits. It's the same style. Not bad at all. And again, this model, really like this. Bretonian styling, perfect, well painted. But I think these guys stole the show, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I do plan on getting one of these to add to my Night Lords, of all people. I'm not sure which variant yet. It is torn between the Castigator and the Lancer, if I'm going to be honest. But why you can't mix and match these, it really kind of bugs me. Like, why can't I take, you know, 2 of the Vulcan Mega Bolters, or, you know, 2 of the Flamers? Just that I'm going to go on a complete tangent here of how, like, I want to fix the Knight Codex for 30k. Armigers. I have fixed loadouts. Why? Why can't I take a single autocannon and the close combat weapon? Why can't I take one autocannon, one thermal lance, or whatever they call it? Especially since we've got these plastic kits. They should be, you know, why can't we? That's just so silly to me. Oh well. That's a, you know, very short tangent. But I honestly think more customization is better. You know, it makes rules harder to balance and all that stuff. Well, that's your problem as the manufacturer. You guys need to hire better rule staff if they struggle with that. Yeah, I like these. I reckon we'll probably see these at 150-ish on the old price point, so 120-ish from third-party retailers. Might be completely wrong. They might just put it out there for the same price as Forge World, or like a little bit cheaper. If these go above 200, I don't think they'll be as popular. But yeah, good-looking models, big models. Looking forward to dealing with that. I hope the legs are a bit more posable than the other Knights. They have said that the ammunition feed tubes have been designed in a way that will allow you to pose these weapons however you want, which makes me think that each of these parts are going to be individuals, which is going to suck. But yeah, other than that, that's it. That was the weekend. I hope you get your projects worked on this week, guys, and yeah, drop a comment down below, let me know what you're working on. I'll be sharing what I'm completing this week, or hoping to complete this week, and there'll be another poll up at some point to decide the future of my giant pile of shame. I'm quite happy with how you guys are picking things at the moment. I've got so many models to get through, and I really don't mind where you guys put them. Alright, my name is Bando, this is Braxton Bando. Have a great day. Bye bye.